Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lolit and today I just have a time lapse of me doing my makeup. I ended up really enjoying this look, so I thought I'd share. I did a poll on Instagram to see how you guys felt about voiceover versus just music playing while I do the makeup, but obviously the voiceover won. So I am here just hopefully to be informative as possible, and then if I leave anything out, just know that it'll be in the description box below. So just jumping right into it, I prepped my skin with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. And then to get the general shape of my eyebrow, I used the e.l.f. brow pencil in deep brown. And then I used the clear brow gel to brush the hairs upwards to get that laminated look. And then while I like them to look fluffy or laminated, I do like them to still look clean, or that like maybe they've just been done. So I take some concealer, like a much lighter concealer than my skin tone. I conceal the bottom, I conceal the top, and then I blended it out with an IT Cosmetics concealer brush. By the way, most of the brushes that I'll be using today are from Morphe Cosmetics. They're the most quality while being the most cost effective, so they're always at Ulta, or if you have a Morphe store near you, of course, they'll be there as well. And then I took some brown powder just to fill in the eyebrows wherever they are sparse. So again, just to help me get that fuller look. And so just moving on to my eyelids, I prepped them with NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Custard. The reason I'm using such a light shade is because I want the shadows that I'm about to use to look true to color, or maybe a little bit more opaque than they would if I were just to apply it straight to my lid without a prep. So the palette that I used today is from Jaclyn Hill x Morphe Cosmetics. This is the volume 2 palette. The shades that I used are that of 4. So I used Comfort Zone, Homebody, Perfectionist, and Grateful, which are all just like these peachy mauve tones. And so I just blended it to my liking. There's no real rhyme or reason as to what I was doing. I just really liked all those shades, and I was, adding, taking away, that whole thing. So I was blending for mad long. But again, I ended up really enjoying how it looked. And so towards the end, I just added a darker brown shadow to the outer crease to give me some dimension. There it is. And then I cut my crease using a small detailed concealer brush with that same NARS concealer that I used to prep my lid. So I'm basically just cutting half the crease. And yes, girls, it's as easy as it looks. Just get in there and do it. And I promise you, it'll look good. So then I'm the queen of discoloration, so I have to color correct, not up for debate. I used the Loreal True Match stick in orange. And then I used the Makeup Forever stick foundation in Y445. This is also a good foundation if you have any like discoloration on your face. It definitely helps to even the skin tone. The coverage is great, and it's buildable, so you can add less if you're going for a lighter look, or you can add more if you feel like you want to be full glam with it. And so the Makeup Forever concealer is what I'm using right here in the shade 4.2, just to conceal at the high points of my face. And then I set that down right away. I don't want my under eye going anywhere. And so next, to bronze / contour, I'm using the same stick foundation, just in a darker shade. So I use Y405. And I'm doing the jawline, the cheekbone, and then in the forehead. So just to get a nice seamless blend, I use a stippling brush. I'm back in the hairline with it. Down the neck just a little bit if you have to. But I think doing it this way just allows you to have more control over that product. You definitely don't want to like just place it straight on the face. I feel like at that point it would look a little muddy, and that's what we're trying to avoid, or that's what I'm trying to avoid. And so then with the bottom of my beauty blender, I set my face with that same translucent powder, and then I'll go in with my Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade 3. So then directly after that, I want to go back in with my bronzer, which is just Fenty Beauty Island Gal, to add any color that we may have lost while setting our face. So we had the translucent powder, and then we had the Charlotte Tilbury powder. But now I'm just making sure that the bronzer is still seeable, basically. So back on the outsides of my nose and then on my cheekbones and everything. That was me getting excited about the gems because that's the star of the show. So yeah, I just used some lash glue and these gems that I got from Michaels. And so I want to say I did this quickly, but I didn't. It's just a time lapse. It takes a while to get these gems on, just because you want to get the placement right. And then, as you can see, you know, glue gets everywhere. Luckily, it comes off, and that's just what makeup is, just trial and error. So yeah, I mean, mine aren't symmetrical by any means. I just kind of placed them wherever I wanted to or wherever I thought they'd look good. Are you really having fun if you're not listening to music while you do your makeup? So then I just added some white shadow to intensify the brightness at the beginning of the eyelid. And I guess I never stopped singing. And then I'm just using Precious Petals by Wet n Wild for the highlight. And I like to keep that stuff high now. I no longer really want it like on my apples of my cheeks. So I'm just making like a C shape around my eye basically. And then I feel like the shadow looked a little intense, so I took a clean stippling brush to just blend out some of the shadows if they were looking harsh. Alright, and so just adding some more dimension to the face by brightening up wherever I felt like I may have lost color. That's just a translucent powder, but to avoid a cast, you just want to brush it off right away. And whenever I'm doing my mascara, just know that my lashes are somewhere with the glue on them already, just waiting for me to apply them. And for the blush, I'm placing it exactly where I placed my highlighter. I want it to stay up really, really high. I have a pretty round face, so to help me look a little bit more snatched, I like to keep those powders up high. So like I said, not on the apples of the cheeks, but just, you know, above it. Alright, and so then I'm cleaning up my contour just to avoid it looking muddy. It looks a little sharp right now, but when I set everything, it'll look better later. So then my lashes are always from the beauty supply store. The brand I use is called Izzi Lashes, and they're in pink packaging. I get a lot of questions about these lashes, but again, they're just from the local beauty supply, and I use number 711 or number 811 is what those ones are. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I just apply them with tweezers, and then onto the lips, I wiped off the gloss that I had, and then I add a brown liner. Per usual. So that's Santee Cosmetics from the beauty supply store, and then I added NYX Dainty Gaze right in the middle. And honestly, my look is never complete without Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb and Fenty Glow. It's just never gonna happen. So then yeah, you just start making cute faces, because that's what you do when your face is beat. I love it so much, you guys. I wasn't even gonna post this. I just ended up watching the footage back and I was like, this is too cute. Like, look. Anyways, child, let me know if you guys liked it, because I want to post more like this. I feel like it's just the best way for me to express myself. Like, TikTok and Reels are all fun and games, so you have to edit them, but then when you're just sitting there organically doing your makeup for the camera, for me, nothing beats it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, and I hope you guys all take care of yourselves. And again, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.